Angel Reese thought she could get under the skin of Caitlin Clark, the Golden Girl rewriting the record books. But in a game where every dribble and every shot tells a story, Angel's attempt to ruffle feathers turned into a spectacle she wished she could erase. Angel Reese tried to shake Caitlin Clark. Little did she know, she was poking a bear. This is a lesson on why you never underestimate a rival, especially when it's Caitlin Clark on the other side of the court. But first, let's rewind to a moment that set the stage for this fiery rivalry. Remember the 2023 NCAA Finals? Toward the end of the game, Reese, then playing for LSU, wasn't just celebrating her victory. She flashed her championship ring at Clark and hit her with the "you can't see me" taunt.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
Caitlin, can you tell us at the end of the game what happened? There's a lot blown up on Twitter about Angel Reese following you around, pointing to her ring finger and taunting you?
Honestly, I have no idea. I was just trying to get to the handshake line and shake hands.
But fast forward to 2024, and the stage was set for a dramatic rematch. It was Iowa versus LSU, Clark versus Reese. This was no ordinary game. It was a canvas for redemption, and Clark was ready to paint her masterpiece. Dominating every inch of the court, Clark shone with a staggering 41 points, 12 assists, and an unbelievable 9 three-pointers, contributing to an astonishing 80% of Iowa's field goals.
To be able to secure defensive boards, LSU, an outstanding offensive rebounding team. Clark connects!
The result? A triumphant advance to the Final Four, with LSU players left shell-shocked, their faces an array of stunned emojis. In one electrifying play, Clark effortlessly dodged her defender. Reese rushed to assist, only to stretch out an arm in vain as Clark's three-pointer swooshed through the net.
Here's Martin. Clark, again coming off the screens. Clark steps back, fires, you bet!
Times when you just can't avoid talking about length, hand in her face, drains it anyway.
The sight of Reese's futile attempt at defense was a stark reminder of Clark's dominance. Meanwhile, Haley Van Lith, after tirelessly chasing Clark all over the court, could only muster an emoji-worthy expression as another of Clark's specials rained down from downtown.
Here's Clark. Clark pulls up, another deep one, is good!
Caitlin Clark once again dancing with the basketball, seeing it go through the net.
In that moment, the court was a stage for Clark to remind everyone why you never count out a champion. Then came their matchup in the WNBA. Game 1 of their WNBA rivalry was charged with anticipation, not just for the plays or the scores, but for the escalating tensions. In the third quarter, Kennedy Carter of the Chicago Sky delivered a stealthy off-ball hip check on Clark.
Mabry doubled off to Carter, her jumper is good. Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench.
Initially dismissed as a standard foul, the gravity of Carter's move prompted officials to escalate the call to a flagrant 1, signaling a serious breach of play. Meanwhile, Reese was celebrating what many perceived as an aggressive move against Clark. Later, Reese would claim her actions were merely in support of her teammate, but given the storied rivalry that trailed from their college days, spectators and fans alike were skeptical of her explanation. Was this really team spirit, or was it a jab at her longtime adversary? Despite the harsh play, Clark's response was nothing short of professional. With poise and precision, she sank the free throws awarded from the flagrant foul, contributing crucial points. The game continued to be a nail-biter until the very end, with the Fever narrowly edging out the Sky 71-70. Clark's performance was solid and measured, 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. Reese, not far behind, showcased her ability with 13 rebounds. Game 2 between these two only heightened the electrifying tension that had begun to define their encounters. As the teams faced off again, all eyes were on this matchup that had not only the fans, but the entire nation hooked. Clark stepped onto the court ready to prove why she was the Fever's first overall pick. From the opening tip, Clark took control, showcasing her exceptional skills and leadership. Effortlessly directing her team's plays, she drove to the basket for an easy floater. Her confidence was clear, stepping up to take critical shots without hesitation. A perfect example of this was when Aaliyah Boston set a solid on-ball screen, providing Clark with just the right amount of space to execute her signature shot with deadly accuracy. By midway through the first quarter, it was clear she was in her element, slicing through the defense and capitalizing on every opportunity. Quickly racking up 7 points, she was flawless, going 3 for 3 from the field. However, her influence wasn't confined to just scoring. She played a pivotal role in orchestrating the Fever's offense, setting up her teammates and enhancing the team's overall performance with her visionary playmaking. And as the game progressed, her strategic skill and relentless energy continued to dominate. Picked up from half court, she faced intense pressure from the Sky's defense. At one pivotal moment, Reese considered stepping in to help but hesitated, allowing Clark to expertly feed Aaliyah Boston, who cut to the basket for a smooth layup, tying the game at 42-all. But Clark was far from done. Despite being double-teamed, she skillfully maneuvered around a screen set by Boston at the baseline, driving hard to the rim to nudge the Fever ahead with a 2-point lead. With less than 10 seconds remaining in the half, Clark decided to take on the entire team. As she drove towards the basket, the Sky converged on her. Without a moment's hesitation, Samuelson drained a three-pointer, extending the Fever's lead to 47-43 as the half came to a close. Entering the third quarter, Clark's hot streak showed no signs of cooling. She skillfully decelerated, creating just enough space to launch a deep shot from downtown, nailing another triple to further energize the Fever. The very next possession saw the Fever's defense force a turnover. The ball quickly found its way back to Clark. She drives and dishes to Wallace, returned the pass to Clark, who then found Boston alone under the basket for an easy 2. Despite the Sky's constant pressure, Cece found her way through the defense with an almost effortless grace. Even when defenders were almost breathing down her neck, she found pathways to the basket, a testament to her exceptional skill and composure. However, the game's tone shifted dramatically late in the third quarter. Angel Reese, perhaps frustrated or determined to assert her presence, increased her physicality. Clark drove towards the basket, and Reese, coming up from behind, swung her arm overhead. While it seemed her intention was to block the shot, the move resulted in a hard hit across Clark's face, escalating the tension on the court. However, the drama did little to shake Clark's focus. Returning to the line, she coolly sank 2 technical free throws, pushing the Fever ahead to a 65-62 lead with just under 3 minutes left in the quarter. This altercation, rather than deterring her, seemed to ignite a fiercer determination in Clark. Unfazed, Clark continued to dominate, leading the Fever's offense with exceptional playmaking. Her ability to maintain focus and lead under pressure was evident as she kept orchestrating plays, ensuring her team stayed in command. And as the game entered its crucial final minutes, Marina Mabrey of the Chicago Sky, who had been a key scorer throughout, looked to create an opportunity. Using a screen set by Camila Cardozo, she aimed to lose Caitlin Clark. However, Clark, showcasing her significantly improved defensive capability, chose not to take the usual route of going under the pick. Instead, she fought over it with determination. Not only did Clark catch up with Mabrey, but she also timed her leap perfectly to block what Mabrey had hoped would be an open three-pointer. Seizing the ball from the blocked shot, Clark quickly switched gears to offense. She initiated a flawless pick and roll with Aaliyah Boston, leading to a precise pocket pass to Boston, who completed the play with a smooth layup. For the final nail in the coffin, Clark executed a play that highlights her emerging status as a rising star in the WNBA. Receiving a pass in stride, she maneuvered around a screen set by Boston, and without a second's hesitation, pulled up from deep. The confidence in her posture and the precision of her follow-through as the ball arced towards the basket were a testament to her growing dominance in the league. When the ball snapped through the net for a 30-footer, pushing the Fever ahead by 7 points with just over 3 minutes to play, the arena erupted in cheers, as it has always erupted with her plays. In a fitting climax to her already impressive performance, Clark then delivered a laser pass to Smith, who converted it into an open layup, sealing the deal for the Fever. This game was a monumental moment for both Clark and the Fever. Their 91-83 victory over the Chicago Sky marked not only their second consecutive win against their Midwest rivals, but also their first back-to-back wins of the season. Clark's role was undeniable. With a game-high 23 points, including critical three-pointers, she was on the verge of a triple-double, racking up 9 assists, 8 rebounds, and contributing 2 blocks. Her all-around performance was spectacular, dominating every part of the game. What's more, Clark's stat line was so exceptional that it placed her in a rarefied league. Only 4 players in the WNBA history have achieved such numbers, and notably, Clark is the only rookie among them to do so. As the anticipation built for the third face-off between Clark's Indiana Fever and Reese's Chicago Sky, the stakes were higher than ever. This was a battle that would mark a significant chapter in WNBA history. The first half alone was a roller coaster, featuring 7 ties and 8 lead changes, a testament to how well matched these powerhouse teams were. Initially, under Clark's leadership, the Fever surged ahead, amassing a seemingly secure 15-point lead by the third quarter, but the Sky, fueled by Reese's relentless drive and competitive spirit, clawed their way back into the game, erasing the deficit to tie the game at 82 with just 3 minutes to go. As the tension in the arena mounted, the score was knotted at 84, with less than a minute remaining on the clock. It was then that Angel Reese stepped up in a monumental way. She found her way into the low blocks and scored a crucial 2 points, breaking the tie and propelling the Sky into a lead they would maintain until the final buzzer.
Allen looking into Reese. Reese back to work on Smith. Reese pumps it in!
This game was more than just another chapter in the storied rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. It was a testament to the evolution of both players and their ability to elevate their game when it mattered most. Angel Reese not only met the challenge, but surpassed expectations, delivering what many would consider the performance of her young WNBA career. Scoring 25 points and pulling down 16 rebounds on an impressive 8 of 12 shooting, Reese showcased her ability to dominate both ends of the court, rising to the occasion in a critical game for the Chicago Sky. On the other side, Caitlin Clark continued to impress with her multifaceted skill set. While her scoring prowess was on full display, it was her playmaking that stole the spotlight in this contest. She tied the record for most assists by a rookie in a double-double performance in WNBA history, finishing the game with 17 points and 13 assists. Her ability to control the game and set up her teammates was unmatched, even though the Fever's 4-game winning streak was halted. Following the game, Clark's sportsmanship shone through as she acknowledged Reese's impact on the game.
She ran really well in transition. I think she got a couple and ones in transition. Obviously, she played a really great game. I think they definitely knew to be physical with us.
It's clear that these two are not just competitors, they are catalysts, pushing each other to the limits and beyond in the WNBA. From contentious plays to moments of brilliance, Reese and Clark remind us that in the heat of competition, greatness emerges. As this rivalry unfolds, each game writes a new chapter in their legacies and in the history of women's basketball, promising more thrills, more drama, and more unforgettable performances. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to keep up with all the latest in sports history in the making. See you in the next one.